Hey Comets, this is Jose Chavez.
And Valeria Garcia.
And you're listening to this week's Advocast from Contra Costa College.
The first story for the day is the Adelante STEM Academy STEM Cafe held in the Fireside Hall on Wednesday, February 22. A chemical engineer spoke to students about perseverance and hard work towards a goal or career in STEM. The STEM Cafe is held to allow professionals in STEM fields to speak with current student STEM majors. Chemical engineer Oscar Garcia offered advice. He said, "In any job you get, being able to communicate is key, whether it be verbally or written, because that can make a big difference in your career." Garcia faced many obstacles before graduating from UC Berkeley with a major in chemical engineering, but his struggle was well worth it.
So now moving on to women in the workforce. The Census Bureau states that women make up 48% of the U.S. workforce. However, less than 25% of women are actually workers in the STEM fields. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And even now, women are still the underrepresented population in STEM fields, while men are not. Mechanical engineer major Alejandra Canelo is very aware of this. She said, "We need to have that stereotype out of our heads. We need to picture different kinds of people doing different kinds of jobs." Canelo says it's also noticeable in her classes. Her first engineering class was mostly filled with men. Ladies, you might want to pay attention to this. The Waves Club. The club offers women an environment where they can help, support, and empower each other. As mentioned earlier, most STEM classes are male-dominant, which upset Carla Cortez, a biomedical engineer major and president of Waves. As she says, most of her STEM classes were filled with men, barely any women. One thing Lillian Hernandez, the treasurer of Waves, noticed was that girls who were in STEM-related classes were either dropping their classes or switching their majors. Waves gives these women the opportunity to discuss issues like this and express their ideas and troubles. The club is working on having Wave members teach 5th through 8th grade girls about science-related topics at a conference at UC Berkeley. The club meets every Friday in PS 107 from noon to 1 p.m.
On Wednesday, February 15th, the coordinator, Mr. Wade, held an event titled Black Male Leadership to reach young black men on campus and set them up for success. The topic of the importance of a father figure in their lives was introduced in a 50-minute film titled Daddy Matters, a conversation on black fatherhood, in which 14 men discussed the impact their fathers had on their lives. Other topics discussed were common obstacles faced while pursuing an education, such as having a baby. 19-year-old student-athlete Jake Tyrell said that having a baby doesn't mess it up, but it slows you down, implying that it is not impossible but will require more work.
So lately I've been hearing a lot about Free the Nipple. And what Free the Nipple is, it's a global campaign for empowerment, freedom, and human equality. The argument is that women should be allowed to show their nipples in public just like men can, whether it's for breastfeeding or just to get an even tan. We got different reactions from several students on campus. Psychology major Nancy Bernal says she believes people should be able to express themselves however they please. She says society also plays a role in how people perceive things. Melissa Price, a kinesiology major, says that I think it's bad for women to be out topless around little kids, but for breastfeeding, it's okay, as long as there's a blanket over it.
Additionally, Professor Manu Ampiam announced his Classical Africa Educational Tour 13 to Ancient Egypt. The trip is from July 14th to 28th and will cost individuals a total of $4,199. This includes the price of a round-trip airfare between New York International Airport and Cairo, Egypt, tours, meals throughout the trip, and 2 weeks' worth of accommodations in 3 first-class hotels. The group will visit museums, pyramids, tombs, temples, and other archaeological sites.
Lorenzo, what do you have for this week's sports updates?
This week in Comet Sports, the men and women's basketball team finished out the season with mixed results. The men's team, currently 10 wins and 17 losses overall, 8-8 in the Bay Valley Conference, ends the season by routing the Eagles on February 17th at Merritt 99-79. Attack was led by Curtis Harris with 28 points. Drew Solis with 16 points, Coleman Kelly with 25 points, and DeMar Dunn with 15 points. The women's team finished their season 13-13 overall and 8-6 in the Bay Valley Conference. The team had to forfeit its final game of the season against Merritt College due to not having enough players to field the full team on February 17th. It won its penultimate game at College of Marin with a 71-44 win on February 10th. In this game, the attack was led by Daria Mize with 21 points, Azane Lewis 19 points, Victoria Lopez 14 points, and Kayla Orozco with 7 points. And the only team that is currently playing right now is the baseball team, whose current overall record is 3-12. College of Merced beat the Comets 13-7 on the baseball field on Tuesday. In the 9th inning, the Blue Devils extended their 3-run lead by 4 runs. The Comets' shortstop, Elijah Smith, led a short-lived comeback in the bottom of the 5th inning after the Devils scored 5 runs in the inning before. The baseball team's next game will be against Napa College on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. And that's all for this week in Comet Sports.
All right, thank you, Lorenzo.
We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket. That good soul.
So that's it for this week's Advocast. Make sure you guys tune in next week. And for more news, be sure to visit our website at cccadvocate.com. This is your host, Valeria Garcia.
And Jose Chavez.
See you guys next week.